Hello and welcome to this Papa Joke coding tutorial in ScratchJr with me, Miss Green at Hoyas and Ed. And this is dedicated to my fellow computer science elementary school ambassadors in the state of Maryland. Open your ScratchJr application, press its home button, and then you want to press the New Projects button to get started. Now, since I'm not going to be using our native Scratch Cat here, I'm just going to eliminate him from our interface. Then I'm going to go up to the backgrounds and use the paint editor tools to design a background appropriate for my joke. Now, since my joke deals with the moon, I want to create a star-filled background so that my sprite character, the moon, can move around and ask the joke and answer the joke within this background. So now I'm going to go over to the characters and choose my different sprites. Now, since this is a unique Papa joke dealing with hair and eclipsing, I want to create a fun sprite using all the different paint editor tools and creating a unique moon with the man in the moon's face. So I'm going to design two moons because one is the start of the joke and the other is going to be coded for the end of the joke, so it's sort of the punchline. Now, since my first moon has hair, I'm going to start by having some parallel lines of code. So how does the moon, and then I'm going to create another look block that says cut his hair. And then you're going to notice I'm going to use parallel lines of code. So the first line of code is using looks blocks, and the second line of code is going to show movement. And that's why I change into the grid view so I can look to see where my moon is moving around in the interface. Now, in my second sprite, I want him to be hidden initially because he's going to be creating that punchline. And I'm going to use control blocks so that I can literally control how long he waits before he appears again and delivers that punchline. Now, since these are going to involve some looks blocks, some reappearance blocks, and also movements, I'm just going to put in here he eclipses it, that's the punchline, and then I want to show how he moves around the interface of my wonderful star field. So at this point, I'm going to play around with the code. I'm going to create parallel lines of code using speed, different control blocks, looks blocks, and end blocks here. And I want to make sure that the details are just right. So I'm going to ensure that the face of my moon at the end is very happy that he got his haircut. You're seeing here how I'm making and modifying my code so the joke is delivered just right. And this is part of the PRIM model. PRIM stands for Predict, Run, Investigate, Make, and Modify. And that's a wonderful pedagogical tool that I'll link below for you to check out if you're interested. Once you have everything just right, then you want to increase into a full screen mode to show and share your code with your students. So how does the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. To save the joke, go up to the top right corner, rename it to either the theme or Papa Joke, and then have the students share their final projects with you. Now, I've included in this tutorial a bonus program for those students who may be a little bit more advanced than just a single page. Here, I've created 2 pages where they interact with one another and also indicate different control blocks like send and receive envelopes. So a student can choose to use page 1 as a when touched, and they select a different page, and the different page has a different joke. Or they can do something like this, where the first page is part of the joke and the second page is the delivery of the joke. There's lots of ways to advance their coding skills in ScratchJr, and these are just 2. So you'll see here that I have a USB joke. It's appropriate for my Maryland Computer Science Elementary School ambassadors. So Mr. Scratch is going to deliver the joke on page 2 about what do you call an American bee? A USB. So I hope you've enjoyed and gotten some ideas from this Papa Joke coding tutorial. There's more tutorials within the playlist on Hoyas and Ed. Thank you to my fellow State of Maryland Computer Science Elementary ambassadors. and my fellow certified Brain Pop educator, Miss Powell, who inspired the different jokes that appear in this video. Links are below for more information.